Okay, so hey guys, I know I'm a little late for the reading of the week, but I couldn't do it yesterday, and I also couldn't do the Stone Sunday, which is the stone of the week, or the stone that I'm giving the meaning of for the week because it was a bunch of storms, and I had to be cautious with electricity and all that other stuff. So, Stone Sunday, weather permitting, will be back next week. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to belch. I have to belch really bad. It's so annoying that I had to do it on camera, but I refuse to re-record this. But yeah, so first, the rune of the week, because if you watch my videos, you know I'm in a group called Rune 101 on Facebook, and they pick a rune a week, and this rune's, oh, didn't know my finger could be in the camera like that. Sorry. But the rune for this week is Hagalese, and Hagalese is disruption. It's more of a warning stone if you go traditionally. If you go non-traditionally, then it's connected to water and it's connected to Aquarius, which water is also connected to emotions, but when it comes to emotions, it could be a big tsunami or it could be a simple flowing canal. Um, so either way, you still have to be cautious. It's also connected to the sign Aquarius, or the zodiac sign Aquarius, which is the deep inner knowing. So with that, I will be very cautious because obviously at this time, the emotions coming up is because of a deep inner knowing that you may be denying, or a deep inner knowing that you're embracing way more than you should be. I'll say that. So, also, I pulled a tarot card because I'm learning tarot, and I also pulled an Ascension of the Soul, a Path of the Soul card. I don't have a box anywhere near me, so I'm hoping it's the right name. I'm sorry if I don't know the right name. I'm tired. But anyway, so this card is the Eight of Swords. Now, just from this card alone, for the Eight of Swords card alone, before I even look in the book, the Eight of Swords, well, first of all, the eight is the number of infinity, it's the mortal soul. And what I've noticed is he's on the swords. And while he has one sword in his hand, two, three, four, five, six, seven, he's running down seven swords. Seven is the number of completion, and eight is the number of infinity. So while he has this sword in his hand, it looks like he's trying to complete a life cycle, a life task, a life goal, something he's supposed to learn. But also, if you look at the snow in the background, it looks like it's an avalanche coming, and also he's blindfolded. So with that, the first thing that I notice is that he's running on instinct. And because it's blades and he's running on blades, he's basically running on instinct, but he has to do it like in a snap second. Like in that moment, he has to be totally connected to instinct, or he could cut his feet, which if you look at this one really closely, it looks like, it's hard to see it on camera. If you look at that one really closely, it looks like he did cut his foot on that one a little bit. It's like a little bit of a red glow, which means he's running on instinct, but he's doing it so fast that he may make a mistake because there's an avalanche behind him. So I'm gonna look in the book and see what that means. But that's my first thing is that right now you need to run on instinct, and you need to totally trust your instincts. And when the first thing that gets you need to totally trust your instincts. And the reason why is because the sword is on the right side. And the right side of the brain is connected to the right side of your body is connected to the left side of the brain, and your left side of the brain is your logic. And also it is the right foot. Just look at face forward. Not looking if it was turned the way that I am. But just look at face forward. This would be the right side. And his right foot, which connects to the left side of the brain, is the one that got cut. And the right side of the body is connected to the left side of the brain, and the left side of the brain is what's connected to your logic. So it's showing that, to me, it's showing that when he stepped on this side, which is connected to the right side of the brain, on spirit he was fine, but when he tried to step on a logic, and your logic is only based on your past experiences. So when he tried to step out on past experiences, he got cut. But he's doing this blindly because he has to run off of intuition, and he has a sword there, which is trying to fight anything in the way. But in order to know something's in the way, because he's blind, you have to do it based on intuition. So that's the first thing I get right off the bat, just from I'm looking at the card, but let's see what the book has to say. Eight of Swords. You meet interference, desperate in the run of the blindfold man. Suddenly the risk is real. The solid and friendly path pathway breaks to go. Cut your feet running over blades, but only your true will bring you beyond the abyss. Crisis, calamity, conflict, domination, imprisonment, turmoil, bad news, censor, criticism, sickness, and calumny. I don't know what the hell that words mean. Whatever. So far, between just the rune and this is not so good. It's basically, so far what I'm getting is that you want to pay more to intuition than your logic this week, because a lot of stuff may be coming up. And before you go swinging with your logic, trying to fight what's coming up, or thinking it's a battle, you want to pay more to your intuition and see why it's coming up and see how it serves a purpose. Now, this card is card number 28, and at the moment, I have no idea whether I got this card or not. To me, so far, just from looking at it, I'm getting birds and smoke. Like right here, it looks like a bird. Right here, it looks like a bird. But other than that, if you just go on the black on top of green, it seems like a lot of smoke. So let me go to the book because it's number 28. And I'm sorry, I don't know this card. Trying my best to learn this deck as much as I learn my other deck. But, there's mishaps. The smoke makes sense now. So, number 28 is the dreaming card. And with the dreaming card, you need to pay more attention you need to pay very important attention. That didn't even sound right according to English grammar. But you need to pay close attention, there you go, to your dreams, as it has an effect on your spiritual development. The answers you seek to your deepest inner questions are being answered. You are receiving messages and advice through dream time. Take serious note of all your dreams. There is much being given to you from the astral realm. This is also a call to strengthen your intuitive connection through meditation. So, basically, as I was getting from this card right here, before I even read the book, you need to pay attention to your intuition. And this card also says pay attention to intuition. And this card is connected to water, which is your emotion, and your emotion at times can be connected to intuition, but it's also connected to Aquarius. And Aquarius is a deeper knowing, and Aquarius is always connected to your intuition because it's a deeper knowing. It's not just an emotional feeling based on logic. It really is a deeper inner understanding. So with that, let's get to your reading for the week. I'm going to go ahead and turn this card over because this card actually flipped out at me when I was pulling the cards, and I know that card is strength. So let's see where it starts at. This card is loyalty, and this card is upside down. Now, normally in this deck, I don't read cards upside down, only because as I'm reading the card and filling them out, I know for a fact from the beginning whether the card is you're being loyal or you're not being loyal. But I started to read card upside down because other people read them upside down, and when I show a card and I get a negative from it, they go, well, the card was upside down. So, this card came upside down, people. So you're not being loyal. This card is individuality. This card is confidence. And actually, did I pull that wrong? I may have to go back and look in the video, but I believe the way I turned this card over that this was also upside down. It should have been upside down. Hopefully I caught it in the video, but this should have been upside down. So all these cards right here are upside down. You have loyalty, which means you're not being loyal to yourself. You have individuality, which means you're not being true to yourself. You have confidence, upside down, which means you're not being confident in yourself. And you have the high priestess of fire, which means you are not creating what has been given to your soul, to your purpose, to your destiny, to your design. You're looking more outward than you're looking inward. And then you have the strength card, which was the right side up, which means you need strength at this time to do what it is you're supposed to do. So with this week, we have so many things coming up. We have the full moon coming up, and on Sunday we have Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. I'm sorry. I believe it's Sunday. We actually have the Maven if you're Wiccan, the Harvest Festival if you're other things but Wiccan. We have the Autumn Equinox if you're more into astrology. All means the same thing, which basically is the Harvest Festival, meaning what you put out comes back to you. And it's not so much what you give, but it's more so the intent behind giving. So these cards are basically causing you to look at what you have been giving And if you don't like what you're giving out, which it seems like most people will not, based on all the overall cards, because it's more of a warning, have strength. You're going to need strength. Have strength to take that harvest, burn them seeds, and sow new ones. Take the harvest, burn the harvest, or salvage from the harvest what you can, and then start sowing. Well, actually, this is not time to sow seeds. This is the time after the harvest to go into a contemplative period, which is the winter time. You know, everybody say the winter time is the dead time, but the winter time is the most effective time for the spirit to contemplate everything that's actively done in the manifested realm, which is earth, which we live on, and see what has helped or what has hindered. And if it has hindered, why it has hindered. What logical, what mental, what thought process has blocked that which was supposed to be this year. So that's pretty much the reading for this week. So basically, what I'm in this card, like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch the video myself for once in my life. I'm gonna go back and watch the video myself. But I believe the way I pulled this video, this should be upside down because that's the feeling that I get that the first four cards are all supposed to be upside down. So, um, for those who have been loyal, you have not been loyal on the deepest level, and this includes me too. I'll be honest, this includes me too. For those who have been loyal, you have not been loyal on the deepest level of your inner being. For those, who claim they have been loyal and think they've been loyal all this time, well, your true individuality have not been individual to you. You may have seen a unique idea that you tried to copy, but that was their idea. That was not unique to you, that spirit gave to you. That was an inspiration you got for someone else. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's an inspiration you got for someone else and you tweaked it to your own. But your spirit gave you something specifically for you that you were ignoring. Then you have the confidence card. The confidence card shows that you are lacking confidence in what your God given, well, spirit given, divine given, goddess, God, whatever deity, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call that higher self, that higher being, that being above all, that energy source. Whatever that gave to you, you need to have more confidence in it. And this is the high priestess of fire, and fire always means creation, which means what you have been giving, you have not truly created to the extent that it has been given to you. Not saying you haven't created at all, but you have not created to the extent that it has been given to you. And what you're going to need is strength. What you need strength for? I don't know. I don't know what's happened this week. I just see a warning overall. You have the dream card, which is intuition. You have the Eight of Swords, which to me, even without the book, I don't even remember what I read out the book, but just from knowing the swords and him walking and seeing the left and the right foot, and this one has a little bit of blood, and the sword and which way it's going, and if you see it's an avalanche coming behind him, he's run off intuition, but he has run off intuition really, 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 really fast. And when he tried to go for logic, he cut his foot. He cut his foot because the logic of the past does not, because his logic of the past, his training of the past, his past experience does not dictate his present or his future. Therefore, he needs to let it go, and that's why he's running blindly. Because he needs to run on spirit and spirit alone. And then this card is the dreaming card, which means you pay attention more to your intuition and things that are given to you. So with that, I'm gonna shut this video down. Every reading cannot be light and love, and I'm not a light and love person, so I'm not surprised that this reading came through me or my channel. And with I'll do another new moon reading later because I think the new moon's in Pisces, but I need to check to make sure it's not void of course, which means it's in between signs. So, and I have been slacking on that because I've been spending a lot of time with my family lately. So I have been slacking on researching and make sure I'm on point with every single thing. So, but with that, everybody, try to have a blessed week. Change your thought process if possible. Try to have a blessed week and peace.